Welcome to the bold analysis. Sarah Korere, the Laikipia North Member of Parliament, is absolutely out of order to attack Mourners simply because Mourners are speaking Kikuyu language. What happened during the burial of Laikipia Senator's father Kinyua is not something that's very pleasant, and she is absolutely out of order. In a rare show of might, Murang'a Governor Kang'ata, who I told you is warming up to Rigathi Gachagua camp, joined Rigathi in calling out the president on this matter of abductions. Ladies and gentlemen, I want us to delve deep and dig into the Laikipia drama. I will demonstrate to you really why I'm convinced that Korere was out of order and is actually fighting a war that does not belong to her. But before we do that, I am still reminding you that today on 10th, this month of February, we have a project we are doing to support this young lady here, a single mother of 3 children. The husband left when she was 2 months expectant of the child she's carrying and went through a CS, and of course, due to the hardships of feeding the family, she's now forced to hawk those watermelons, carrying the 5 months old baby on her back. A situation that is not very comfortable with her, being that she also underwent through a CS. Now, after a conversation with Josephine, we've settled to pay her full rent for 12 months and establish a business for her so that she can be able to work while seated somewhere. And I've also got some few requests for job offers, and I'll also discuss that with her if it can be taken. But I want to say thank you. We are supposed to close this project tomorrow, but as I talk to you, then the deficit we have is around 67,000. And really, I really hope that we can partner with us so that we can be a blessing to this young girl here. We've always done this, and I believe we will achieve. On Wednesday morning, we should be able to sort her issue out.
Ni venye nauzanga melon, hii ndio kazi yenye niko nayo kwa saa hii, ndio niweze kulisha watoto.
Melon napata pesa ngapi?
Melon napata faida ya 200 na nunua na 200. Ndio kwa saa hii juu sina kazi nyingine na niko na watoto, ndio niweze kulisha hao watoto. Juu si huyu peke yake, niko na watoto wengine 2, sasa wote ni 3.
Kuna watoto 3? Na wako class ngapi?
Ule first born second born nampelekanga daycare. Huyu juu ni mdogo, natembea na yeye.
Na
baba yake aliacha kama niko na mimba ya miezi 2, akaniambia ameenda kazi, hajawahi rudi.
Sijui nitamchukua na huko, nataka watu wamuone. Yes, kesi yake iko very, nataka experience.
Babake alitoka kwa nyumba akaniambia ameenda kazi na hajawahi rudi mpaka wa leo. Hiyo ilikuwa ni last year mwezi wa 4 date 29.
Irungu Kang'ata, and I want you to start with this speech.
Atongoria riria mathuru ni magire mamenye ndikwandikwo mandikwo wira. Koguo ni wega guthikiria mugambo wa mundu ucio kwandikite na ti mundu ungi, ni muraia. Ithuĩ arĩa mũno mathurĩte, particularly atwe bunge, tondũ tukorwo twetwo role ya representation, mũndũ agĩrĩirwo gũtuĩka mũgambo wa raia, na kwĩragwo mũgambo wa mũingĩ nĩ mũgambo wa Ngai. Ũguo ĩramaanisha rĩrĩa kwagĩa na gathĩna kwa mũhuano kegiĩ abduction, nĩ wega mũndũ akauga. Rĩrĩa wona gathĩna kegiĩ kwa mũhuano SHA, ni wega mundu akauga tondu ucio ni mugambo wa Ngai na nikio twandikitwo wira tondu inyuĩ nĩ mwatũheire wĩra ũcio. He kĩũria kĩũrio we gavana, maũndũ maya me bũrũri ũramona atĩ hĩndĩ ĩrĩa His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua mokire Murang'a twaingĩra ũguo mena president.
This was Irungu Kang'ata. I know he's speaking in Kikuyu, so probably not many of us would understand what he's saying, but he's talking about the issues of abductions. He is talking in Kikuyu language. That was a burial ceremony of Kinywa's father. Kinywa is Laikipia senator, even though Kinywa is an ally of the deputy president. So the governor, the Murang'a governor, spoke there, and many of those speakers, that is a village, a rural setup. So after that, it came the turn of, after several other speeches, it came the turn of the Laikipia North Member of Parliament, Sarah Korere. Sarah Korere actually took an issue with the fact that those who were there were speaking in Gikuyu, including Mwangi Kinjuri spoke in Gikuyu. And then he said, hapa si Nyeri, allegedly that those people are tribal.
Mimi ni Mkatoliki na sitaki kuona madhabahu ya kanisa yangu ikitiwa aibu. Na nataka kusema hivi, mumeongea lugha ambayo mimi sifahamu mumesema nini na wala sitaki kujua. Lakini nataka kuambia watu wa Kiamariga, tumekuja hapa kusema pole kwa ndugu wetu Kenywa. Na mimi naitwa Sara Paulata Lekorere aka Nyokavi Mokafi Todode Mokafi na dire Kewuoya. Na niseme hivi, ndugu zangu, nataka kusema hivi, mahali mimi natoka, watu wakikucha maombolezi, hii side shows ya upuzi munawasha kando. And I want to tell you, nataka kuwaambia, mimi mimi ni Msamaria ndani ya Israeli. And I want to tell you this, mutarusha mikono mutamaliza. Mulitengeneza serikali ya Kenya Kwanza, siku moja naibu wa rais, rafiki yangu akaniambia, Nyokavi wewe ni kishwa ngumu, nilikuambia wewe na uhuru yako na hiyo mjinga yako anaitwa Raila mutazamba. Nashukuru Mungu kwa sababu sikuzama, na serikali yenu yenye mulitengeneza wenyewe na kubaliana na Keonjori, tutakaa ndani ya hiyo serikali. If for nothing else, usalama Laikipia tumekuwa nayo. If for nothing else, and I want to plead with the leaders. Mimi naongoza watu ambaye kuna Wakikuyu, kuna Wamasai, kuna Waturkana, kuna Wapokot, kuna Wakalenjin. I want to plead with the leaders. Wakati tunakuja kwa mahali national podium kama hii, mahali kuna Wakenya wote, hapa ni Kiamariga, hapa ni Laikipia, hapa sio Nyeri. Sisi wote hatujui Kikuyu, kwendeni huko.
Aya,
kwendeni huko.
Aya, Laikipia oye! Laikipia oye! Laikipia oye! Yeto turathi wega. Tuelewane, hapana, tuko sawa sawa. Asante sana Mheshimiwa Korere. Kama umetupima kabisa ukaona sisi tunafanya upuzi ni sawa sawa. Kama umetupima kabisa ukaona tuende huko ni sawa sawa. Hiyo ni sawa sawa. Hakuna shida. Unajua ile kitu mimi inanifurahisha. Ngoja, unajua mimi ile kitu inanifurahisha. Ile marafiki ya William Ruto Mungu anawaingiza mashaitani ndani ya kichwa. Wakija badala ya kutengeneza wanaharibu ile kidogo ilikuwa imebakia. Nataka niwakaribishe.
Out of order. Because that's a role setup. And I understand very well the objective was to run a tribalist narrative against the Rigathi Gachagua, who was also was just yet to arrive in that event. So that MP is taking an issue with the fact that people who are there are speaking in Kikuyu, and I think that is a bit an overage, and it is a bit unfair. I understand after she spoke, she was chased from that event, and she had to leave. She had to be rushed out with Mwangi Kiunjuri over the hostility that met them immediately after that speech, and I think it is not something that is in order. Of course, I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe is that a national event? A burial ceremony of a father to the senator is a national event happening somewhere. The president is not there. Those leaders who are there are Mount Kenya leaders. The mourners who are there, majority of them are from that region. Then when leaders speak in Kikuyu, then you run, hapana. And Rigathi took a direct swipe, and I think I realized Rigathi spoke in Swahili.
I cannot believe that a member of parliament who is saying she's Catholic can make abuses when the Lord Bishop, accompanied by 15 reverend fathers on the altar, abuse a whole community. And I also want to, if you allow me, I want to advise my brother President William Ruto. I tried to advise you, but you did not listen. I told you not to touch the mountain. You touched. You know what has happened. I told you not to touch the payslip. You touched the payslip. You know what has happened. Mr. President, you are demeaning the presidency. The presidency is a symbol of national unity. It's a very dignified office. When you resort to abuses and insults, abusing the people of Kenya, and you are president, you are demeaning that office. I appreciate that you are very unhappy that things are not working out. I do understand as a leader that many Kenyans have deserted you. I appreciate that you have messed the economy and you are stuck. But that does not allow you to demean that office by abusing the people of Kenya who elected you. You are profiling communities. The people of Mount Kenya region, you call them tribalists. The people of Kambani, you demean them, call them Dego farmers. The people of Isiolo, you call them drug peddlers. Mr. President, be careful, because I have listened to the ground, and I want to advise you today, stop abusing the people of Kenya. Because if you continue, Mr. President, these Kenyans will abuse you. They will abuse you. And I have heard them say, kama hii watu ya mlima wamesema tena, ukiwatukana, ukiwaita wakabila, ukija mlima watakutukana. Kwa hivyo sisi tunakuomba, kwa sababu hatutaki ifike hapo. Hiyo ofisi ni kubwa, and some of us would want to occupy that office one day. Hatutaki ikosewe heshima. Rais, na kuomba tafadhali, wacha kutukana wa Kenya. Hata kama hawajasoma, hata kama wana PhD, hata kama wana degree, ndio walikuchagua hawa. Na hao ndio walikupatia hiyo kiti. Hakuna haja watukane. Hakuna haja watu wakisema wataki chanjo unawaita wajinga. Hakuna haja utukane hawa watumishi ya Mungu kusema ati hawajasoma. Hakuna haja uita watu wajinga. Hakuna haja hii watu ya Mlima Kenya walikuchagua kuita hawa kabila. Na walikuchagua wakijua wewe si mmoja wao. Please, Mr. President, with tremendous respect to the office that you occupy, stop demeaning your office by abusing the people of Kenya. I have seen a big headline today in the Standard saying you are unpresidential because of being abusive and abusing the people of Kenya. Na hao watu usiwachukue hivi, ukiwatukana tena watakutukana.
Now, let me say this. I think it is an open secret. The president has abandoned the Mount Kenya cause and is not pushing his interest there. These MPs blindly acting on his behalf are actually on self-destruction. That MP got it wrong. And sometimes I like it. When it is wrong, it is wrong. You cannot sugarcoat it. There is no two way about it. That MP is out of order. And I don't support maybe intolerance. But sometimes you need to understand the context. She actually got the context wrong intentionally. And I want to interpret just the conduct of leaders who are defending government in Mount Kenya. I want to interpret that. But before that, I still want to remind you to help us support Josephine Wambua. Yeah, we are finishing this tomorrow. We have a deficit, I think around 67,000. We were targeting 150 so that by Wednesday, we shall sort her out, Wednesday morning. So kindly partner with us so that we can achieve this. This is it. UDA leaders are blindly pushing this tribalist narrative without caution. I want to tell you this, and politicians should get it this way. When William Ruto says Rigathi is tribalist, he doesn't mean it. What he's doing, he is suppressing the voice of Rigathi so that Rigathi is not heard outside Mount Kenya. That is why when the president is speaking in Western and Northeastern, ataita Rigathi yule mkabila, because he thinks it's appealing to those who are outside Mount Kenya, because Rigathi spoke about shareholding. But when William Ruto and his MPs are in central Kenya, they don't call Rigathi tribal. Now, to Sarah Korere, that narrative can only be said outside Mount Kenya. I want to give a good example. Whenever Raila goes to Nyanza, Raila speaks in the Luo when he's attending Nyanza burial. Raila is a national leader. Even recently, there was a burial in Asembo. The former Kenya National Human Rights, someone Adede, Rosemary Adede, if I'm not wrong. Raila spoke in the Luo. Why? Because that is what that audience relates with. So, I think the leaders are a bit not calculative, or I don't know what to explain. I don't know how I can explain it. But even if you want to echo what William Ruto is saying, William Ruto is saying tribalist, but you need to ask from where. You need to say it. You can say it huko ukiwa huko. When you go to Mombasa, when you go to huko Western, you will say it, but you can't say it there because it doesn't apply. It doesn't appeal to that audience. And the more you say it, you are on self-destruction. Now, I think the UDA MPs who are supposed to market Ruto regime in Mount Kenya don't have the right appeal. They don't have the right brief on what they should say. Why am I saying? When Irungu Kangata is talking, Irungu Kangata has spoken about abductions. When Rigathi Gachagua is talking, Rigathi has spoken about the president's language. This issue of president's language was in today's Standard newspaper headline. Standard had a very interesting headline, unpresidential. When you read that article, the Standard is talking about the recent speeches from the president. And they were saying that those speeches don't portray the president as a statesman and a national leader. That is what was in the Standard article. Now, when you want to defend, and people are talking about SHA, the education funding model, and this, and the pay slip, those are the things, that is the reason why those who are against the president, that is what kina Rigathi wanaambia watu. So when you come and just say tribalist, and for me, I'm like, it's a bit unfair, because that uni context, uni burial, pale, you know, that is it. There is a lot of personal fortunes from State House. And the clip by that MP is now trending. I've seen a number of bloggers sharing it. The state bloggers sharing it. Probably someone have said, been promised that when you attend somewhere and you attack Rigathi, and if you attack well, we are going to reward you. So people are looking at those personal fortunes, and now will want the slightest moment to take the microphone. You'll do that. And this one is key. With this angle, with this approach, you are making it clear that if you don't align with that Rigathi side, you're likely to lose your seat. The level of believability is there, and the convincing power that Rigathi will have against your own voters is not there. Probably these MPs should market more what they have done, more of what they have done in their constituencies. That will be more important, that will be more relevant than even talking about, than even attacking those who believe are against Ruto regime. On this one, that MP is wrong. And even if she was chased, yeah, alijitakia hiyo.